Did you know some of the foods in your kitchen could outlive you? That's right. There are certain foods at Costco that never expire. Imagine having staples that can last a lifetime, saving you money and preventing waste. In today's video, we're revealing 9 Costco foods that literally never spoil. We'll delve into the reasons why these items are ideal for stocking your pantry and reveal some unexpected facts, such as the discovery of a sweet treat that remains edible in ancient tombs. Stay until the end. You might be surprised by the list. Plus, we'll share tips on how to store these foods to make sure they last forever. You definitely don't want to miss this. We bring you the best Costco hacks, tips, and product finds. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to ensure you never miss a video. 1. White rice. Consider this. Not all foods have the same longevity. One of the rare staples that can keep its freshness for decades is white rice. At Costco, buying in bulk is the norm. So grabbing a large bag of white rice isn't just cost-effective. It's also an investment in long-term food security. So why does white rice last so long? It all comes down to its low oil content. White rice loses its husk and bran layers, making it resistant to spoiling, unlike brown rice, which contains more natural oils and tends to spoil faster. If kept in a cool, dry place, it can last indefinitely. To make sure it stays fresh, you'll want to store it in an airtight container, keeping it away from moisture and pests. Imagine having food that not only lasts forever, but is also incredibly versatile. You can transform white rice from a simple side dish to the foundation of a flavorful stir-fry or stew. It's high in calories and carbohydrates, making it a reliable source of energy, especially during emergencies. Before we dive into the next item, think about how white rice can be the foundation of countless meals. Whether you're preparing for an uncertain future or just trying to make meal planning easier, white rice should always have a spot in your pantry. 2. Honey. Before we talk about the next item, let's take a moment to appreciate how fascinating honey is. It's not just a sweet treat, it's a natural marvel that has stood the test of time. Literally. Ancient Egyptian tombs discovered honey, which is still perfectly edible after thousands of years. And the jar of honey you buy at Costco? It's no different. Honey, when properly stored, remains unspoiled. What makes honey so unique is its composition. With its low water content and acidic nature, honey creates an environment where bacteria and microorganisms can't survive. That's why it can last forever without refrigeration. Plus, honey has natural enzymes that further protect it from spoilage. So, whether you use it for sweetening your tea, drizzling on pancakes, or even as a natural remedy, honey is a pantry item that will always be ready for use. Did you know that honey improves with age? While it may crystallize over time, it doesn't necessarily indicate its deterioration. Just warm it gently, and it will return to its liquid state as good as new. Before we continue, honey is versatile and has an endless shelf life, making it useful in your pantry. From cooking to skincare, honey has countless uses, making it a staple worth investing in. 3. Pure maple syrup. Let's dispel a common misconception before discussing the longevity of pure maple syrup. Not all syrups are equal. When you're buying maple syrup, make sure you're getting the real stuff, not imitation pancake syrup. Directly made from tree sap, pure maple syrup boasts an eternal shelf life when kept unopened. So why doesn't pure maple syrup spoil? It's all about the high sugar content, which acts as a natural preservative. As long as it stays sealed, it is resistant to bacteria and mold. And the best part? Unlike many other pantry items, maple syrup's flavor stays just as rich and delicious over time. You can stock up at Costco, knowing that even if you don't use it right away, it'll still be just as tasty months or even years later. Once you open it, things change slightly. You'll need to refrigerate it to maintain its quality, but even then, it can last a good year. And the uses are endless. It's not just for pancakes. Pure maple syrup is great for marinades, baking, and even as a sweetener for drinks. Before we move on, think about this. Every jug of pure maple syrup is essentially a timeless ingredient that fits perfectly into any kitchen, ready whenever you are. 4. Sugar. Before we talk about the next food, let's take a moment to appreciate the simplicity and power of sugar. While it might seem like an everyday ingredient, sugar is one of the few items in your pantry that can last forever. That's right, sugar never expires. This is because sugar doesn't support microbial growth. Regardless of how long it sits on your shelf, as long as you keep it dry and store it away from moisture, it remains perfectly safe to use. If you notice your sugar clumping over time, don't worry. It's not a sign of spoilage, just a reaction to humidity. Simply break it up, and it's good as new. Before we move on, consider this. Sugar has been a vital food preservative for centuries. People have used sugar to preserve food for months or even years, from jams to candy. So, that large Costco bag of sugar isn't just a sweetener for your coffee. It's a long-term investment for your kitchen. Now, let's explore why the next food on our list, soy sauce, has earned its place in your pantry. 5. Dried beans. Before we talk about the many uses of dried beans, let's first explain why they're a true pantry powerhouse. Dried beans can last for decades when stored correctly, making them one of the most cost-effective sources of protein you can buy at Costco. Their hard outer shell protects them from spoilage, and as long as they stay dry and sealed, they're ready to use whenever you need a hearty, filling meal. Now, what makes dried beans even more impressive is their versatility. You can use black beans, kidney beans, or chickpeas in soups, stews, salads, or even as a meat substitute. They're perfect for stocking up in bulk because no matter how long they sit in your pantry, they remain just as nutritious. Before we move on, here's something interesting. Did you know that dried beans may take longer to cook as they age? But don't worry, even if they take a little extra simmering time, they're still as healthy as ever. Just give them a good soak, and they'll be back to their usual texture. 6. Soy sauce. Before we talk about the shelf life of soy sauce, let's quickly consider how often you use it. Whether it's in stir-fries, marinades, or as a dipping sauce, soy sauce is a flavor-packed staple in most kitchens. But did you know that this salty condiment is practically eternal? Soy sauce has a unique composition that makes it last almost indefinitely. Thanks to its fermentation process and high salt content, soy sauce doesn't spoil easily, even after you've opened the bottle. The salt acts as a natural preservative, while the fermentation process ensures that it remains stable for long periods. This is why that big bottle you pick at Costco will last you for years, making it a pantry essential. Before we move on to the next food, it's important to note that even if you open soy sauce for a long time and it loses some of its flavor, it still remains safe for use. Therefore, if you store it in a cool, dark place, it won't go bad, but it may lose its punch over time. Next, let's shift gears to something sweet that shares this endless quality. 7. Hard liquor. Before discussing the benefits of stocking expensive liquor, let's dispel a common myth. Once sealed, alcohol remains unspoiled. Unlike wine or beer, which can spoil or go stale, tough liquor like vodka, whiskey, and rum has an incredibly long shelf life. Thanks to its high alcohol content, it remains drinkable indefinitely as long as it stays unopened. The versatility of hard liquor makes it a pantry staple. You can use it for much more than just cocktails. Cooking, baking, and even home remedies can utilize liquor. From deglazing a pan for a sauce to enhancing the flavor of desserts like rum cake, having a bottle or two in your kitchen ensures you're ready for more than just parties. Next, let's consider the science behind its longevity. Alcohol acts as a natural preservative, preventing the growth of bacteria or mold. This is why unopened bottles of whiskey or gin can last for decades. However, once you crack that seal, the liquor may start to lose its flavor over time due to oxidation, but it will still be safe to drink for years. And here's something interesting. While hard liquors don't spoil, the way you store them matters. A cool, dark place is ideal for maintaining their quality. Extreme heat or direct sunlight can speed up the degradation of the flavor, even if the bottle is unopened. Therefore, you may keep that large bottle of Costco vodka in your cabinet for a long time, but it's crucial to store it away from sunlight. Before we proceed, consider these points. In uncertain times or emergencies, having a stock of bitter liquor is not just about having something to drink. When supplies are low, you can barter it, use it as a disinfectant, or even turn it into a cooking ingredient. 8. Salt. Before we talk about the next food, let's take a moment to appreciate one of the simplest and most essential items in any kitchen: salt. It's seasoning, a preservative, and, surprisingly, a food item that never expires. Whether it's table salt, sea salt, or Himalayan pink salt, proper storage ensures its eternal shelf life. So, why doesn't salt spoil? The answer lies in its pure mineral composition. Salt is a naturally occurring substance, and it doesn't provide a hospitable environment for bacteria or microbes to grow. This means that salt can sit on your shelf for years without losing its potency or flavor. Before we continue, consider this fascinating fact. For thousands of years, people have used salt not only for seasoning, but also for the preservation of foods such as meats and fish. Ancient civilizations relied on salt to keep their food fresh long before refrigeration was even a concept. Now, you might be wondering how to store it. Simple: keep it dry. Whether it's in your pantry, cupboard, or jar, as long as it stays away from moisture, your salt will remain perfectly usable. Costco's enormous salt bags are an excellent purchase because they never deplete or spoil. But what if you're looking to flavor your dishes while keeping that pantry stocked? Let's talk about pure vanilla extract next, another pantry staple with an impressively long shelf life. 9. Pure vanilla extract. Before delving into the necessity of pure vanilla extract, it's important to clarify that not all vanilla extracts are equal. The pure version, often found in bulk at Costco, has one key ingredient that makes it last forever: alcohol. This is what gives pure vanilla its indefinite shelf life. Unlike imitation vanilla, which can go bad after a year, the alcohol in pure vanilla acts as a preservative, keeping it fresh indefinitely. This is even better because pure vanilla extract only gets better with age. The longer it sits in your pantry, the deeper and richer its flavor becomes. So, not only does it last forever, but it actually improves over time, making it a wise investment for anyone who loves to bake or cook. But before we dive into more details, did you know that pure vanilla extract has been a baking essential for centuries? Its timelessness isn't just about flavor, it's about durabilidad. No matter how long it sits, it remains a key ingredient in countless recipes, from cookies to cakes. And let's not forget the convenience of buying this in bulk at Costco. You can keep it on hand for years without worrying about spoilage, making it a pantry staple that's always ready when you need a splash of flavor. Whether you're whipping up desserts, custards, or even savory dishes, pure vanilla extract will never let you down. Stocking foods that never expire is not just about convenience, it's about peace of mind, cost savings, and reducing waste. Imagine having a pantry full of essentials that will always be there when you need them, whether it's for everyday cooking or in emergencies. Here's why it's a smart move to stock up on these Costco items. First, consider the cost efficiency. Buying in bulk at Costco already saves you money, but when you're purchasing items that never spoil, you're stretching that dollar even further. No more tossing out expired products or making last-minute grocery runs. A one-time investment in these long-lasting foods ensures you always have the basics on hand without worrying about expiration dates. Then there's the convenience factor. Life gets busy, and sometimes the last thing you want to do is think about running out of essentials, whether it's sugar for your baking, white rice for a quick dinner, or soy sauce for that last-minute stir-fry. Knowing you have these timeless staples stocked means fewer trips to the store and less stress about planning. Beyond convenience and cost, stocking these foods is also great for emergency preparedness. Natural disasters, supply chain disruptions, or personal emergencies can strike without warning. Having a pantry full of non-perishable essentials gives you the security of knowing that no matter what happens, you and your family will have enough to eat. Foods like dried beans and white rice are not only nutritious, but can be life-saving in times of crisis. Lastly, By keeping these items in your pantry, you're also contributing to reducing food waste. We throw away a lot of food due to spoilage, but these non-perishable items can last indefinitely if stored properly. By investing in foods that never expire, you're doing your part to reduce waste and make sustainable choices that are better for the environment. And there you have it. 9 incredible foods from Costco that will never expire. Stocking up on these timeless essentials means you're saving money, cutting down on waste, and ensuring you always have something on hand, no matter the situation. From white rice and honey to pure vanilla extract, these are more than just groceries. They're smart investments for your kitchen and pantry. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more updates. Let us know in the comments which of these foods you already have in your pantry, or which ones you're planning to grab on your next Costco run. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.